Hey, you.
Who? Me?
Yeah, you. You want to learn about some very special trees?
Special trees? Of course I do. I even came prepared.
No, not that kind of tree. This kind.
Dang it.
Who is this Douglas Fir Tree anyways? Well, it says here that the Douglas fir goes by many names. Scientifically, we call it the Pseudotsuga menziesi. In English, we call it Douglas fir, Oregon pine, or Douglas spruce. The natives have another name for it as well. I won't try to pronounce that one though.
That's right. All these names hint at the fact that something with this tree is not as it may seem. The Douglas fir tree has quite an interesting past of lies and deception, for it's not actually a fir tree at all, nor is it a pine or spruce.
If we want to keep talking about this Douglas fir tree, I think we should probably go ahead and find one. Come on.
Lucky for you all, I found one right here.
Douglas fir trees are a conical evergreen tree that can grow up to 300 feet tall. These deceptive trees boast an impressively fragrant needle that's full of alcohols and esters, like beta-pinene, delta-3-carenine, and terpinolene.
That all sounds cool, but how do I know what we're looking at is actually a Douglas fir?
One way to assure you're looking at this tree is to check the needles. Douglas fir's needles form in a pipe brush fashion and are only about an inch long. But in my opinion, the easiest way to identify these trees is by their distinctive cones.
What's so special about these cones anyways? Ah, they got little things sticking out.
Those are the bracts. According to indigenous lore, those are mouse feet. There's an old story where a group of mice sought refuge from a forest fire, and the Douglas fir let them hide in its cones. If you see those little feet sticking out, you know you found one.
This prolific tree has two different subspecies. One is the coastal Douglas, and the other is the Rocky Mountain Douglas.
Both of which seem pretty self-explanatory if you ask me.
Having two types of Douglas fir tree means that anywhere you travel in the Pacific Northwest, there's going to be a Douglas fir there, in all its glory, Rocky Mountains or coastline.
Aiden, you seem to be a pretty big fan of this tree. Are there any other animals who are fond of this plant?
As a matter of fact, there are plenty of animals who use this tree as a source of nutrients and food. Animals like chipmunks, shrews, voles, white-footed deer mice, even the famous Douglas squirrel loves to cache these pine cones as a source of nutrients for later. It's pretty much like a supermarket in the Pacific Northwest forest. So what do people do with this tree anyways?
In the springtime, these soft green tips are full of nutrients. Coast Salish people have used them to make tea that boosts immunity and wards off thirst. Think of it as nature's Gatorade.
What else have the Coast Salish done with this plant?
I'm glad you asked. Traditional uses of the Doug fir includes using the needles for cures for the common cold, chest complaints, asthma, headaches, liver stagnancy, and inflammatory conditions such as rheumatism and arthritis, as well as many technological uses, like the wood was used to make spoons, seal harpoon shafts, fire tongs, and many other implements, and branches were woven together to make salmon weirs, and so much more.
Smells like Christmas.
Exactly. You see, Aiden, Douglas fir still has many uses in our modern society. You know how it smells like Christmas? That's because Doug firs are one of the most common Christmas trees. It's also a wildly resilient tree. The cork-like bark has some fireproofing abilities and is generally good at repelling water. And the lumber itself, it's one of the finest timbers for heavy structural purposes, including glulam beams and roof trusses.
That's amazing. It's like this tree truly is a one-stop shop for everything you need. Well, looks like we're about out of time, but thanks for learning all about this magnificent tree with me.
Of course, Aiden. It was a blast. But before you go, I have a quick piece of trivia for you. How did Sir David Douglas die? Was it A, a Douglas fir tree fell on him in a logging accident? B, his ship crashed in the Alaskan islands and he was stranded? Or C, In an attempt to beat Scottish surgeon and botanist Archibald Menzies to the top of an undiscovered mountain in Hawaii, he fell into a pit trap by accident. After trying to get out, he was eventually crushed by a wild bull who fell on top of him. If you picked C, you're correct. He really did die in a pit trap in Hawaii, crushed by a bull. What a way to go. Wow, that truly is a crazy way to go. Well, that's kind of it. I don't really have any more footage for you because my SD card got corrupted and I lost all the footage of me sprinting through the forest trying to finish the video in time. Speaking of finishing the video in time, it's 12:29 and class starts in 20 minutes, so I think I should finish this up and move along and get ready to show this to you guys in class. But I wanted to leave you with just a couple clips of my family. My sister, she works at David Douglas High School in Portland, Oregon. And my cousin, he's a wildlife firefighter, and I got some good videos of him fighting some fires, and I'm sure at least one of the trees in those is a Douglas fir. So I think these are some important things to remember when we're talking about these trees, that wildfires are a reality, and we need to do what we can to save our trees. Thanks, guys.
Hi, my name is Seda Adams, and I work at David Douglas High School in Portland, Oregon.